Yeah, what's up? It's the Triple B Bass Boxing Basement. I'm stayed up tonight to watch the fights on the stream for real. I ain't paying $19.99 to watch a bum, or rather two bums, Hamza Shiraz and Baralanga fight. Come on, bro. I'm interested, but I ain't paying for that shit. And Shakur Stevenson, the most boring fighter that ever lived. But yeah, I'm very disappointed. So I just watched the David Morrell, Imam Khataev fight. You know, the weird thing was Katayv actually apparently tested positive for clomiphene, which is the same thing that the Connor Bum and Amir Khan failed. But it was a good fight, you know. I knew Katayv had a good chance. Yeah, I put a fiver on at 5.75. I thought those odds are crazy, man. I thought they'd at least be even, or Katayv would be 2-1, something like that. But nah, 5.75, blood. Now, you know, you could say it's not a lot of money to lose, yo, but when you're po, and the Triple B at this moment is po, he was rich, but he po now. Right? It's disappointing to lose that money, especially when it was a super bet. Katayv was aggressive, you know, but he also boxed well. He remind me a bit of Berterbiev, a come forward, aggressive fighter with power, but who has decent come forward skills, you know. What was weird in this fight is David Morell was always touching gloves at the end of the rounds. I mean, I think that's really, as Pastor Dr. Martin Semper said, that this is gay. This is gay. Why do you do that, man? You guys are trying to beat each other up, and why you touch gloves? I hate that with the UFC as well, where they always do that. They touch gloves. I mean, like, man, you're about to try and smash someone up. I mean, David Morrell had his moments. He was always trying to play to the crowd and showing off. He got dropped in round 5 with an overhand right from Riddick by Katayv. And I actually think he got dropped in the round before. He got hit with the uppercut. It was said it was a no knockdown, but he pushed him over. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it could have gone either way, man. You know, it was a good fight. There weren't very many clinches. David Morrell had his moments. You know, but I couldn't believe Katayv was such a big underdog. You know, he's an Olympian. Did he get a bronze medal? I think Whittaker outpointed him, but that's 3 rounds, man. You know, this is the different game, the pros. And he had 10 wins with 9 KOs. Yeah, he had excellent body shots. He'd often have his hands down Katayv, but his timing was good. So he didn't get hit that much. I mean, like I said, Morrell had his moments. He definitely won some rounds. But did he deserve to win a decision? No way. No way. Even the commentators were like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was 5 rounds each, because of the knockdown, Katayv should have won. I think one guy had Morrell winning 96-93. I mean, what are you, tripping? He was obviously the promotional favourite, Morrell, you know? And we all know boxing's corrupt, so, they probably gave anything vaguely close to David Morrell. I quite like David Morrell. I was hoping he'd beat Benavidez, but, I mean, there's no way he won this fight. I mean, it's not the worst robbery I've seen. It's not like Hamza Shiraz, who's fighting late tonight. It wasn't like Hamza Shiraz, Carlos Adames, when Shiraz won 1 round at the most. You know, Morrell won his rounds. But at most, I'd say he won like 4 rounds to 6, plus a knockdown. This was definitely Imam Khataev's fight. But because he's Russian, and you know all the, what's it called? The press, the PR, the narrative is anti-Russian at the moment. Because he's Russian, even though he's actually, I don't know what part of Russia he is, but he's from a Muslim part, I imagine, with that name. Imam Khataev, they give Morell the decision. I cringed. And as soon as I said it's a split decision, I was like, oh no, come on, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, they gave it to Morell. I lost money on it. I lost, I guess £28, 75. That ain't that much. But it's better than a punch in the face. And when you poll, 28.75 is a nice shop. You go to Iceland. For 28.75, you can buy a lot of things, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm pretty annoyed. But also not surprised, because I know boxing's corrupt. I've known it's been corrupt for years. I told everyone it was corrupt. Having said that, Katayv failed a PED test, but apparently, for some red tape reason, right? He was tested by a different agency or something they didn't recognize, so they let him fight. I don't really care because I think they're all doping anyway. But like I said, Morell had his moments, but the power shots. If you looked at CompuBox is a bit whack. It's not really trustworthy. It's just the man hitting buttons, but he was so far ahead in power punches landed. He was punching through the guard. The body shots were lovely. Yeah, it was a robbery. It wasn't the worst robbery I've seen, but it's a robbery. I ain't happy with this. Hopefully, I'll cheer up. What would really cheer me up? If William Zepeda, knocks out Shakur Stevenson, which is unlikely because Stevenson's a runner. Or if Hamza Shiraz gets knocked out by Berlanga, that would cheer me up. So I'm going to carry on watching the fights, yeah. Anyway, peace in the Middle East.